A non-profit organization, Bridge Int'l, is asking government to redesign the Nation Builders Corps program. In 2018, government commissioned NABCO to serve as a vehicle for creating some 100,000 jobs in the public and private sectors. However, a few years down the line, the scheme is grappling with the payment of stipends arrears to the beneficiaries. Bridge Int'l says that the surest way for fixing the challenges is to totally overhaul and redesign the program.
About 5 years ago, President Akufo-Addo launched the Nation Builders Corps program. Government explained that the policy was targeted at creating some 100,000 jobs for young graduates to assist in the public sector service delivery needs of Ghana. However, the story of NABCO is not entirely the same today, particularly as beneficiaries have been left to their fate with little or no knowledge of what may happen next. There are fears that the failure of the program could worsen Ghana's unemployment situation. But in a bid to make the program sustainable, non-profit organization Bridge Int'l says there will be a need to redesign the program. Speaking on the sidelines of a conference organized in Accra to explore avenues to deal with Ghana's unemployment issues, Baba Adongo, one of the directors at Bridge Int'l, says the program must be reworked together with the private sector.
I think the NABCO policy was, I must say, in terms of implementation, was not really properly implemented, because I have seen situations where the young people were attached to organizations and in some cases they didn't have the skills. And if you wanted to make any attempt to help them address those skills gap, I mean, they really didn't do that. And I think the orientation, they were not properly given the orientation. They were not given a proper orientation for the NABCO assignment. And so I think that we need to go back to the drawing board, engage with private sector more, get the private sector's input in redesigning the NABCO and making it more into the area where people, after their internship, we should have a structure for the internship. It should be redesigned, and then if you have a structure for the internship and the people go by that, it is more like giving them competency-based training, job-based training, and then in 1-2 years, they'll be able to acquire those skills. If they don't like that organization, they have sufficient skills to go into another organization or to set up their own organization by also availing themselves of the Youth Start program.
Meanwhile, a development expert, Nicholas Isaac-Akbana, says the problem of unemployment in Ghana ought to be looked at holistically. He adds that innovation must be brought on board to expand the pool of opportunities.
We haven't had much of innovation. I mean, take cocoa, for instance. We're still exporting almost half of our cocoa as raw beans. Whereas if we did more value addition, what it means is that then you're expanding the pool of economic opportunities available. If you take once again agriculture, there are other commodities, other tree crops we really haven't paid much attention to: oil palm, rubber, etc. Now we are beginning to pay attention to them. If we had done all these things 10, 15 years ago, I'm sure that would have expanded the pool of economic opportunities out for more people to find work. So those, for me, are the two key factors that we need to address. And it also, in terms of economic growth, I think that the financing is also one key issue, not just access, but also cost. Interest rates are just too high in Ghana. So it's also one of the reasons why people prefer to do buying and selling. Because if you are borrowing at 25-30%, you better go and do some import-export business, quick turnaround.